I had just bought my first house, I had just kind of settled and thought, okay, I'm settling. And then I go to Guyana, South America, and God just messes all that up. And so within 6 months of going to Guyana, it was pretty clear that God was calling me there full-time to serve. Deeper than just that call, it's the idea that I believe God He's rescued me. Like if I was to look at my own story, I'm the story of the person who's been rescued. And there's a scripture in Colossians that says God has rescued us from the kingdom of darkness and brought us into the light. And I'm here today because people invested in my life as a young person and mentored me and built into me. When God called me at 18 years old, I was sitting in the middle of a missions conference and somebody said, "You're it. If anybody's going to reach your culture, you're the one." And I had only been a Christian a couple years at the time. And I went forward and gave my heart to missions, to be able to work where I'm working and see darkness every day and say, okay, God, we can do this. And to be able to just see people coming out of darkness and walking into the light and being able to invest in them the way I was invested in. It's just an opportunity to give back and to love people as I was loved. The avenue that opened up for us within Plastic City to serve was through education. As we took a survey and talked to everybody in the community and asked them, what's your greatest need? What do you see as the greatest need in the community? They said, take care of our kids, educate our kids. And so that's where we began. I had a young guy come in to our lessons program, and his mother and father had just passed away within 6 months of each other. And I step into PC for the very first time. And he's a 3rd or 4th grader. And this year he just finished writing his high school exams. And he has a focus for university. And it took 6 years, 7 years to see that, but that's investment and it's paying off. And he's a believer, he's a Christian, he's come to Christ in that time. And now the children that are behind him say, oh, I can be like him. Somebody from this community is going on to university and I can be like him. And before that, there wasn't that example. Before that, there wasn't that person that they could say, oh, I want to be like him, And then to know that he's a believer and he's a Christian as well, just adds to the depth of what God is doing. I realize that when I'm in Guyana, although I might be there physically by myself, there's this whole other spectrum of people that support me and that uphold me with their prayers and their giving that allows me to be in Guyana. I just think I have the greatest partners in the world because they get me and they get what God is doing, and I love them for loving me.